Hey everyone, it's technology expert Burton Kelso here with another tech tip to help you get the most out of the technology in your life. Today we're talking about what the heck is going to happen to Twitter now that Elon Musk has purchased the social media. I really can't say giant because Twitter doesn't really rank up there as far as giants are concerned. It's kind of like the bald headed stepchild of social media networks because there's a lot of people subscribe, but a lot of people don't really interact with Twitter, and it's kind of a shame because it's somewhat of a fun social media network, even though I don't get any love there. My Twitter accounts suck for both myself and Integral, and it's really a challenge to get traction there. But I will have to say that there are a lot of interesting news texts that occur on Twitter. So if you've been in a cave, you probably, or if you haven't been in a cave, or wherever the heck you've been, you know that Elon Musk has purchased Twitter for about $44 billion, and it's almost like a Doctor Evil thing from Austin Powers, like $44 billion. That's a lot of Skrilla, and I definitely wish I could have that amount of money to go out and buy a social media network. But there are fans of Elon Musk that want him to purchase Twitter, but then also to their opponents that are like, well, maybe the guy should stick to electric cars and trucks and stay away from our social media networks. But with any deal like this, you don't have to worry because large mergers or purchases like this take a really long time to develop. And if you see anything, it could be weeks or even months from now as far as the changes that could happen on Twitter. Deals like this aren't made in a coffee shop. It takes many hours to make sure that everything is done on the up and up and to make sure that the purchase is legal. Then also there's the process of taking Twitter from being a publicly traded company to a private company and all of the hassle that goes along with that. Just a lot of stuff that just kind of goes over my head, and it'll be interesting to see how it winds up on the end. Speaking of winding up, there are several things that Uncle Elon wants to incorporate as far as Twitter is concerned, and some are good and some are bad, but social media networks are forever changing. I mean, obviously, Facebook isn't the social media network it was when it started out, and there's constantly changes going on. Same thing with even TikTok or Instagram. It's always evolving and adding new features, and Twitter, out of all of the social media networks, hasn't really had much change throughout the years. The only thing that I can really think of recent memory is the fact that tweets used to be 140 characters, and I think they added it to 240. Now, leave a comment in the comment section below if I'm wrong, but I think that is the case. So it'll be interesting to see if there are any changes, if any. Well, before we go in, I've got to show my raggedy Twitter account. It's horrible, and I've tried to work with it for years. So I've got to. There's me, Burton Kelso, the technology expert, but then also there is an integral Twitter account, and the interface looks good. It kind of has that Facebooky looky feel to it. I like that Facebooky looky feel, but yeah, it's lacking there as far as followers and stuff like that. So I'm not begging for sympathy, just saying I want to know in the comments section. Do you too struggle with Twitter? Do you even bother with Twitter? Because it's such a interesting network, which kind of leads us into point number one, is some of the changes that Elon Musk wants to make with Twitter. And number one has to do with the Twitter algorithm, which kind of allows people to see your content. And out of all of the social media networks out there, Twitter probably has one of the most complicated algorithms out there. Why is that? Who knows? The people who design it don't even know. But obviously, with any algorithm, you can definitely go through and, I guess, not modify it, but it helps you see the content that you choose to see on Twitter. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, but the problem is that in order to see that content, you have to interact with the tweets of your followers or just unknown people on Twitter that well, I shouldn't say unknown, but people you're connected with in order to see what the heck is going on. So Elon wants to remove the algorithm. Kind of make it wide open so that people can see it. Now, there's good to that because you will have your tweets likely seen by your connections. But there's bad to that too because if you make it public, there's not a good chance with all of the millions of tweets that go out every day that someone's still going to actually see your tweet. Now, the good thing about Twitter, out of all of the social media networks, is that you can actually beat the algorithm and see tweets in a format that is in numerical order. Now, if I can bring up the screen here, we'll bring that up so that you can see how to get to those actual tweets. In fact, it'd probably be quicker for me just to go to Twitter on another browser window and bring that up so that you can see it. But that is one of the pluses of Twitter is that you can actually beat that algorithm and see what you want to see. So that way you're not dealing with just looking at what Twitter wants to feed you. So how do you do that? Pretty darn simple. Let's go back to our desktop. Let's go to Twitter. Once you're in Twitter and you're on your home screen, let's click home just to verify. You just need to click on the little star up here. And then once you go on the star, you can choose to see latest tweets. And let's click that and it'll show the tweets that are late, or I shouldn't say lately, but also you can go back to home, which shows you the top tweets first. And again, that's what Twitter wants you to see as far as the top tweets. So again, a lot of social media networks don't allow you to see the information that is posted as it's posted online. But Twitter is one of those few social media networks that allows you to do that. So Elon, maybe we just need to see or have the ability to continue to switch back from the home screen, which just shows us the top tweets according to the algorithm, or, maybe we can see them in numerical or in tweet order. I mean, I think it's good to let people know that and then let them decide if that's how they want to view it. Next on the list as far as Elon's changes are the infamous edit option in Twitter. How many times have you sent a tweet out and you misspelled a word, or you had fat fingers and it just didn't come out sounding the way you wanted that tweet to go? Or maybe you wanted to add video or picture to that tweet and it doesn't go out, meaning the picture or the video. So an edit button sounds like a good thing, or does it? There's a reason why the edit button doesn't really exist on Twitter, because Twitter obviously has a lot of bad actors on it. People, well, I shouldn't say Twitter. It can't single out the little blue and white bird. I have to say all social media has the potential to have trolls and people sending out mean messages. So what can happen, and I've seen it happen in Facebook groups, is let's say you send out a message on social media and then you're not a nice person, and then you say, well, maybe I really wanted to say something disparaging or bullying to that person. Then you can go edit that post and then it's not even what you put out there. Now, most social media networks will scan, so if you do revise it, it'll show your network that you revised your message or your post online. But Twitter, to kind of eliminate that, just says, well, if you put out a tweet and it's wrong, then you've got to delete it and do it all over again, which is a pain in the butt. But a lot of people out there think that Twitter needs to get in line with the rest of the social media networks out there and allow us to edit our tweets, which I kind of agree with. And I'm kind of curious to feel or hear how you feel about that. Should we be allowed to edit tweets? Is that something Uncle Elon needs to incorporate in Twitter? Who knows? I'd love to hear your comments below. So next is the whole robotic takeover thing of Twitter, meaning bots. Bots are horrible on Twitter, aren't they? You don't know if an account is real or if it's fake. And Elon says that they're going to work, as far as with his purchase of Twitter, to get rid of all bots, or he's going to die trying. Those are some strong words. I'm going to die trying to get rid of all the bots that are on Twitter. And I think that is a good thing, because there are a lot of fake accounts on Twitter, and it's hard to discern a fake account from a real one, especially on Twitter, because there are Twitter users that have not a lot of followers, like yours truly, and it's it's just a pain in the butt. So it needs to happen. But we all know why bots occur on social media. It's whatever country it is trying to get after your followers. So bots are fake accounts, just in case you didn't know this, but they're designed to either spread misinformation, which they've done a glorious job of doing, especially throughout the most recent elections. And then as far as other things in the world, it's a great tool for that. And that's the whole purpose of bots, is either to spread information or to get people to follow those accounts so that the bots can look at your list of friends on Twitter and send them spam messages too. It's kind of a tricky scenario, but that's social media for you. So if Uncle Elon was able to get rid of those bots, that would be a great thing and probably would make Twitter a little bit more desirable to use. Next, what Uncle Elon has promised to get rid of or change is free speech, which everyone complains about on social media. His thoughts on it is if someone posts something on there, should stay on there. It's free speech. But the challenge with that is not everything is free speech. It's the old example of, is it okay to yell fire in a crowded theater, to have people trample over each other? Is it okay to spread misinformation about the pandemic and COVID or anything out there? It's, in my opinion, not a good thing to do. And yes, I think social media networks need to police that for the reason of spreading information. But then also it needs to be policed too, because the internet has created a ton of trolls. And I've been a victim of several throughout the years that just will not leave you alone. So yes, free speech is good as long as it's good free speech. But the free speech that a lot of people are talking about isn't, well, I shouldn't say encouraged, but isn't right. Because if you're posting on social media, the last thing you want to have to deal with is some jerk who is trolling you, or people that are just spreading misinformation to cause chaos and disorder. So next on the list is, as far as changes that could happen to Twitter, are the no ads. And isn't that a beautiful thing? Because ads on social media are a problem. Every social media network has sponsored ads. And unfortunately, ads make up about 90% of Twitter's revenue. Now, Elon is suggesting going to a subscription-based service where, say like Canva or Microsoft Office or any of the other subscription-based products out there, you get a little taste of Twitter if you're using the free version. But for $2.99 a month, which Twitter already has incorporated in their service, you get a little bit more features. Now, right now, you really can't tell the difference with the $2.99 a month subscriptions. Almost like LinkedIn. LinkedIn has ads, but do you really get more out of LinkedIn using the paid versus the free? I want to hear the debate. If it's free, it's me. I'm sticking with free stuff. I'm not paying for anything. So, but that's something that people can look forward to as far as Twitter is concerned, is a no ad, which would be good. You know, maybe, you won't see those ads popped up when you're looking or saying aloud things that you desire or want to purchase. So something you could look forward to, or maybe look forward to, could happen with Twitter. And then finally, guess who may return to Twitter? Uncle Donald. Ex-President Donald Trump may get back on Twitter because Elon believes in free speech. But the Donald, or ex-president Trump, has said that he's going to stick with the truth, meaning his own social media platform that he rolled out recently. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. And I think a lot of people think that Donald will be allowed to post back on Twitter, which has caused a mass exodus on Twitter. But I'm sure the Donald would prefer you to go to the truth rather than the Twitter because obviously he's making a little profit off of that. So with that said, I'm curious to hear what you think about this whole Elon Musk Twitter thing. So leave your comments in the comment section below. Interact with me and tell me what your thoughts are. Was I stupid in doing this video? You love Twitter? You hate Twitter? You want to see some changes? I want to hear it from you. Let's have a discussion and see how much of an argument we can get into online, especially since that is what seems to happen. So with every video, I'm always begging, please, 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 like James Brown. I need to throw the cloak on too and then throw it off. I can't go no more. But anyway, like or comment or share with your friends, you know, the jokester, the funny IT guy, Burton Kelso, the technology expert. So in ending this video, I always have to say, I love technology. I've read all the manuals and I'm serious about making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everybody. So take care of yourself and do many things to make you smile. And I'm going to add and laugh too because laughter is a good thing. Hey guys, thanks for watching.